Hi guys, I'm Kamen Rider Silver, and today we are back from a very long hiatus of reviews to review the Bootleg SH Monsterarts Showa King Ghidorah. So this guy has been in all our kaiju toy news for the past few months, showing up on sites like AliExpress, and then eventually people started getting him and realizing how nice of a figure this is, but still questioning its origins. So today, let's take a closer look at this awesome bootleg figure. So before we take a look at the figure itself, let's look at the box it came in. So I ordered a version that claimed it was no box, but here we go. It came with its box, and the first thing you'll notice right off the bat is that this graphic that we have on the side is not the figure that comes in the box. This right here is indeed the official SH Monsterarts 2019 King of the Monsters Ghidorah. So that's interesting that they would, false market, but still make their own sculpt. I don't know. And up here, we got the Godzilla 2 logo, which Godzilla King of the Monsters was never advertised as. And we have this really big window bubble. It's kind of scuffed and stuff. And inside you had the packaging. On the top, it still says SH Monsterarts King Ghidorah 2019. But it also says Legend Creation. So who is Legend Creation? Who is this mysterious Legend Creation? On the side, more King Ghidorah stuff. And flipping it to the back, you can see it's just all the product images and prototype images of the 2019 King Ghidorah. So I really don't know what they're going for there. This guy is obviously not a bootleg of a figure that is currently out, maybe in the works, but it is a bootleg for the box, so that's that. But it's still a really cool box. I didn't think I was going to get it, but it's really big and impressive. Now let's take a closer look at Ghidorah himself. So you guys are going to roast me in the comments saying it's not Ghidorah, it's Ghidorah, but that's how I've said it all my life, so let's take a closer look. Let's look at these heads. Let's start with this top one. Look how nice that sculpt is. Look how just unmistakably Showa King Ghidorah this is. Now, I don't believe the eyes are accurate. They have this kind of orange look to them. They're painted fairly nicely. Some of them are better than others, but you have this nice orange, yellow, and then black pupil in there. And he's got some black like eyeliner. The horns are kind of dry brushed. Not the most cleanly, but it's not bad. Nose holes are painted black. It's pretty good. The mouth is actually painted fairly nicely. So we can get a little more light in there. You can see the teeth. It's not too bad. The mane is remained unpainted, but it is there, so it's good to see. Now, going down the rest of the figure, you've got all the scaling. There is a little bit of these, where they cut it from a tree. Not an actual tree, but a sprue tree? I don't know. So you got a little bit of that going on, but for the most part, the paint is pretty even. There's not too many, places where they missed, chips. Let's look at this other head. This would be Kevin, and, well, as per usual with Kevin, he's a little derpy, so. Take that, and then this head, actually his mouth opens the widest of all of them, so you can kind of get a better look in there of what the mouth looks like. Kind of dry brushed on the tongue, that's cool. Overall, the heads are they are Showa, you know what I mean? It's not like, it's a kind of Showa, they are Showa. I never noticed this on the Showa King Ghidorah, but he's kind of got this it's almost like a samurai crest right there. So move it back a little bit. Let's look at the rest of his body. His chest, that very broad King Ghidorah chest right there. Painted very nicely, actually. You can kind of see how the light falls on that. That's very rigid. Oop. Coming down to his kneecaps, there's a little bit of that shading up there. Coming down to the feet. The toenails are Painted pretty good. A little bit of scuffing maybe right there. Overall pretty even. You got more of that shading right there. His heads are hitting my lamp. And then these wings. Look, I'm going to have to move back for this one. Just look at these wings. You actually have to assemble them out of the box. So they do come off. I'll pop this one off just so we can kind of take a nicer look at this. Look at that. Look at some of that shading right here. A little bit of scuffing up here. But that all that shading, and I didn't remember that these claws, I guess they're claws kind of, were so pronounced. Coming to the back, it's just one color, so that's kind of, I don't know, it's like that's how the 2019 one was. So these just plug right into the body right here, into the articulation point, and it did scuff a little bit where it does insert, but that's okay because you don't even see it when you put it in. There we go. Oh, actually just saw a paint chip fly off. Where'd that go? But yeah, looking at the tails, try not to bump this figure because I do feel the paint would be a little bit fragile, but I'm not going to test that theory. So then down the back you have this stripe of darker brown, and then on the tails, oop, well, this one popped off, so let's just look at this one. It's just a straight beige color, and we've got that little plume of quills or whatever Ghidorah's got at the end. So the paint scheme on this guy is not gold, as he probably should be. It's closer to the actual 2019 Ghidorah. But for me, it doesn't bug me that much. It gets the job done, I think. And it's not too striking with my other 2019 figures, because I have this displayed as my King of the Monsters Ghidorah. So I think the muted colors work a little bit better, but gold is always nice, so let's pose them back up a little bit. And let's look at the articulation. So articulation on King Ghidorah is actually very good. It models after a real SH Monsterarts figure, but it functions quite well. I was surprised for a figure of unknown origins that it would be so fluid or, you know, work functionally without falling apart all the time. The tails do tend to fall off, but it's a nice tight but smooth flowing figure. So let's look right at it. Starting with these heads, super impressive. There is a joint. I thought that there was a joint probably every two spikes up here. I thought that there was a joint, but there is a joint for every single little piece. They're a little paint stuck out of the box, so you got fiddled with that a little bit. But once you get it, these heads, I'm just telling you, these heads they just bend. Look how nice. Look at this one. I can get that in almost a perfect circle. So these heads are just beautiful. You can get some really nice dynamic poses out of this guy. And they also rock back and forward pretty nice. So these heads are nice. They have a slight hinge at the jaw. Opens a little bit, closes a little bit. The one that actually works the best is this one for some reason. The mouth opens pretty much all the way, almost 90 degrees, and closes all the way. So the heads are really nicely articulated on this. He has somewhat of an ab crunch right here. I'm going a little bit. Yeah, let's just take these off right now. And then he also swivels up here. And then the legs, they do kick forward and kick back much better. Double joint at the knee, which is actually pretty fluid. Kicks forward, has another rotation at the upper ankle, and then another rotation at the lower ankle, which is a kind of a ball joint down here. And then moving to the back, the tail goes up from this kind of more connected piece up here. Goes up, and it goes down a little bit. And then the tails are all jointed all the way up to the tip. And they are, see, this one likes to pop off a little bit. But they're really, really flexible and help for posing on a shelf. So I don't have to use, all this space. I can break it off. I can bring it up like that. Oh my gosh. I'm not making a very good example of this. But they can really kind of flatten out right there. So, and there goes that one. So that works really nice. And then looking at the wing joints before I put the wing back on to show you, he has kind of this, it swivels in and out this way, and it also goes up and down, and I think it also pivots out like that. So let me show you that with the wing on. Which wing is this one? No, wrong one. So these just slot in, so you can move them this way, you can move that way, you can move it up, you can move it back like that. So there's a few different ways, but it's quite squeaky. So the articulation on this guy is actually really, really nice. So one other thing that Ghidorah actually does come with, it doesn't come with any electricity beams, but it does come with this obviously bootlegged Godzilla vs. King Ghidorah flight stand. This is kind of interesting. It's 3 pieces that you have to plug together. This piece, and this piece. And it's got almost this like place that Ghidorah can lay. I thought it would be kind of a clamp, but that wouldn't be very structurally sound. So you can see it just slides off right here, and you can just... I'm holding Ghidorah with my other hand, so let's see if I can do this with one hand. There we go. And so, let's bring in Ghidorah. I already kind of have him in a flight pose. And it looks like, I haven't really tried this. Oop, this is going to be a little tough. Put his wings up. Looks like you can just lay him. Just kind of... like that. There we go. That doesn't feel the most structurally sound in the world. I probably definitely wouldn't display them on my shelf like this. But it is an option. So take it or leave it. It is a cool addition. So scaling this Ghidorah figure up, let's bring out a good old tape measure. And to the top of his head, I mean, it's kind of, you can position it even higher, but just in a neutral pose, to the top of his toppest horn is about 9.5 inches, and let's see, to the top of his wing, it's about 10.5 inches. Now putting him alongside some other figures, let's bring in this poor guy. This is the Jakks Pacific Ghidorah. I can't even get this guy's wings to stay straight. I'm just going to have to put him like that. You can see how much smaller and less detailed he is. Yeah, so that's... Jakks Pacific really tried. They really did, but that figure did not deliver. Bringing in another King of the Monsters figure. Here is unreviewed SH Monsterarts 2019 Ghidorah. And this is how I have them displayed, is underneath Ghidorah's heads. So you can see, I think that scales up pretty nice compared to the, their official 2019 release is a little bit big. So I think that this is kind of a better scale. There goes Godzilla's head. And then one more figure to compare it to. Here is, I believe this is an X Plus. It is. But this was, I don't know when I got this. But it was back when they sold smaller X Pluses. There's a Showa Godzilla 1964 along with Ghidorah. And I think Godzilla's a little bit big, but I think it's a pretty good look. What do you guys think? So, that's pretty cool. So there you go, guys. There was my look at the bootleg SH Monsterarts Showa King Ghidorah. This figure, we can't quite prove whether it's a early SH Monsterarts mold or if it's a new thing entirely. But this figure, I think, is really, really cool. You know me, I don't mind bootlegs at all. This guy was about $80, which I don't think is too bad for a SH Monsterarts, especially the size of this one. So, there you go, guys. Decide for yourself if you want it or not. For right now, this is what we got. So, I hope you guys like this review. So don't forget to like, subscribe, follow me on Instagram, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!